Well, let me say this: Kevin Stefanski, coming from Minnesota, where you had obviously Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph, Adam Thielen. He understands the personalities because they have some personality, Dalvin Cook as well. So he goes from one situation where he has an understanding of personalities and how to deal with it to a situation again where you have Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, a ton of names that we've already named. Part of being a head coach is not just being a play caller. It's about managing expectations and managing personalities. And that is probably the toughest thing I think for head coaches to do because you have superstars on this roster all over the place, and everybody is going to want the rock. How can you get everyone satisfied? Yes, winning is going to help, but there's going to come a time, and Sean, you being an offensive lineman, you may not understand this, but there's going to come a time where, Odell Beckham may not have the best day, and you may win, and he still wants to contribute. So how are you going to handle those things, and how are you going to, be able to communicate to him that are you going to try to force feed him? Or are you just going to let it naturally happen in the game plan? Those are other things that the head coach has to be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it firsthand, but look at this matchup right here. You talk about personalities and talent. How about Odell Beckham lined up next to Kareem Hunt out there? Good luck trying to figure out what kind of coverage you're going to run with that much speed on the outside. But that guy right there, Odell Beckham, I've never seen a wide receiver move the way that he does in practice and in games. I've never seen the body control before. His ability to set corners up for different routes and sell different things. I mean, he's an actor out there too, with the way that he sells different routes. So, he is an unbelievable talent. And to your point, MJD, if you're an offensive coordinator, you want to get him involved early, get him going. It's not just about keeping him happy or worrying about that aspect of it. It's get a rhythm going. Let's get him confident. Let's get my quarterback confident in him, and let's stress the defense because the more times that Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry touch the football in space, the more you're asking corners and safeties to come up and tackle two of the best athletes in the game right now. So that's really what it should be all about. I think Baker, we heard his comments earlier before about, look, we're going to worry about all the hype and all the off the field stuff. Like we want to focus on the field production and get accolades for what we are doing, not what we're saying and not the all hype stuff.
I think you're exactly right, Sean. And looking at this offense shouldn't have been 22nd in points per game. There's too many athletes out there. There's too many things going on. I truly believe that the Cleveland Browns attacked this draft and free agency the right way, adding 2 bookend tackles, adding a young center who's very athletic. And he may be undersized, but in this outside zone scheme has the ability to reach and get to that linebacker at those angles and push him by, whatever runner it may be, but also has enough to be able to sit down and handle a bull rush if he's getting bull rushed in the passing game. So has enough strength. So I think, again, expectations are going to always be high with the Cleveland Browns, as they should be. You have too much talent to not, be competing for playoff spots and be competing for the AFC North. The biggest question is always going to be the quarterback. And we saw great Baker Mayfield in year one as a rookie when there wasn't much expectation. Then last year we saw a Baker Mayfield that wasn't what we expected. So how do you feel, Sean, that Baker's going to be able to play?
Well, I mean, I just look at the relationship with Kevin Stefanski. Obviously, everybody loved Freddie Kitchens there. All the players raved about him and his offense, but I just don't think it worked with the offensive line that they had last year. You mentioned the investment in the offensive line. The fact that they went out and got Jack Conklin and used their first-round pick on Jedrick Wells tells you that last year they struggled with the pocket, and we saw Baker struggle with that too. So with Kevin Stefanski in this offense, with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I think this is a great setup for Baker Mayfield.